2005, with the advent of broadband internet in India, Anil Ambani's Reliance Big Entertainment created Zapak.com for PC gaming and Bigflix for the online movie space. Informally, these businesses were collectively labelled under the name Reliance Entertainment Digital, an arm of Big Entertainment. But by 2010, many of these businesses were going haywire and mounting losses. All that changed when Reliance hired UTV's new media CEO, Manish Agarwal, to take charge, shutting down all loss-making ventures and shifting focus from domestic PC gaming to a global mobile gaming strategy. Agarwal has started delivering profits for some businesses. With the strategy now firmly in place, Agarwal is looking at global expansion, making acquisitions in Korea and Japan in the mobile gaming space. Tech Circle caught up with Manish Agarwal to understand how this Go Global mobile gaming strategy will play out and how his acquisitions will benefit the company.
Indian market in 2005, when this whole thing was envisioned, we were looking at this market taking off on a different level.
Okay.
And I don't blame any team, because I was also a trader at the same point of time.
Okay.
And we were also thinking that Indian internet is like 30 million to 300 million. It's going to happen in 2 years, 3 years time. And we had all been excited with the broadband government initiatives and what they will do, and they will connect every nook and corner of this country with high-fi speeds and all that stuff. So it was a heady era. It was a heady era of 2005-2006 when everybody was thinking that Indian internet is really going to boom. And any internet evolution, if you look at it, starting from mail, search, news, first news, starting to then mail and search, then social, then the hungry services like video and gaming and all are bound to take off, and everybody in the industry was convinced about it, and it's today also convinced about it. So that evolution is not going to change, just that the Indian internet never took off.
Okay.
Now since the Indian internet never took off, and within Reliance we believe in scale and vision, and we had set up things to operate at a certain level and certain kind of scale, whether it's an MMORPG business, whether it's a online casual business, whether it was creating avenues and ecosystem for people to pay in India.
Okay.
So I think the team has really kind of thought on a vision which was like China, Korea, Taiwan kind of gaming culture kind of really happening in this country. With no internet happening, unfortunately, all those plans never really fructified and materialized.
So when Google says that India lost out on the internet opportunity, you can testify that properly?
Absolutely. I'm saying I will only like to have one caveat that India lost on a PC internet opportunity completely.
Okay.
The today and the future is the mobile internet.
Okay.
And I think India will leapfrog from being a PC internet economy to a mobile internet economy.
So then can we say that now from the previous priority, that being Bigflix being the first thing, is now Zapak taking over as the focus for the company?
So what we have done is, I'll say mobile gaming is the focus. So what we have done is we created a brand called Reliance Games outside India, because we want to leverage on the parent. Reliance is a very respected, well-known name outside India, where it helps you to get potential employees, it helps you to get potential IP guys, it helps you to get into potential distribution partners. In India we are creating, because Zapak is synonymous with gaming, so Zapak continues to be an India brand, and which is what again is focused on mobile gaming.
Okay.
So from our point of view, we have said that let's look at creating Reliance Games as a global company, global brand, with game being published in US, game being published in Japan, game being published in Korea, Latam, anywhere else.
Okay.
And India we will have Zapak, which touches across multiple gaming opportunities, which is online as well as mobile, as well as 360-degree gaming activation. So all touch points of gaming in India is Zapak. Outside India it's only mobile and Reliance Games. For us, I believe that this year is really critical, and from a point of view the way our games are stacked up, beginning May you will see a game launches happening almost every month, and we've got some of the biggest Hollywood names, movies which are going to come this summer season. We are making games. Some of the biggest Hollywood movies coming in winter, and in Christmas time we are making games for that.
So now when you get the IP from a Hollywood production house, is this a worldwide IP?
It's a worldwide IP.
So you are the sole developer for the game?
Yes, mobile game.
Okay.
So IP, as you would understood, that there could be console IP, there could be an online IP. So we only take mobile, as our focus is only mobile game.
Okay.
So what we take an IP, at least for 2 to 3 years time period, we take for multiple games, because we believe that value of an IP can be unlocked in more than one game.
Okay.
And we take it for entire world.
Okay. Now that you've got Reliance working with DreamWorks, and I'm guessing that's where you're getting most of your Hollywood IP from.
No.
Yeah, that's not.
No.
Okay, so you're working differently from that.
So our simple equation is very simple. Our strategy for Reliance Games outside is that we will be IP-based game developer.
Okay.
Now, Real Steel with DreamWorks gave us a break.
Okay.
After that, there's no looking back. Now, we made Total Recall with Sony. We have done Sony ke saath Mirror. Then we are working with Warner. We are working with Lionsgate. So we are working with across developing studios because they have seen a success.
Okay.
And second thing what we bring to the table is that we work very closely with the marketing teams because we understand the marketing aspect very well. So the marketing team of the movie plus our marketing team, they have really kind of worked so closely on community management, on excitement of pre-launch, on game operations, that it really kind of works like a dream for us.
Okay. But just explain to me the kind of expenditure that you make on something like buying this. What is the kind of royalty that you pay for them?
So we do not pay a minimum guarantee.
Okay.
We do not pay a minimum guarantee. We have passed that stage where we have to really pay minimum guarantee. Yes, initially we had to pay because we were not so known kind of stuff.
Okay.
We got our doors open because of Reliance. After that, people would ask us that what have you made.
Okay.
So they wanted a comfort, they wanted a skin in the game, so to say. Now we have kind of proven them, and since we have a pipeline in the slate which is like it's the envy of big guys, and we don't have to pay a minimum guarantee. We do a revenue share. However, the investment on the game from what I did in Real Steel 2 years back to what I will be doing on these games has increased by 4 times.
Okay. So that was like somewhere between 5 to 10 lakhs. Now it's increased 4 times.
No, it was. You can't make a global game of 5 to 10 lakhs.
Okay. Not even the developing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Minimum development in Real Steel also 2 years back we had done $200,000.
$200,000. Okay.
$250,000 to be precise.
Okay.
And now it is increased to at least 3 to 4 times.
Okay.
Each game is that's an investment we are doing.
Okay. What is the idea behind Funnel and Bluesom? Because from what I could understand, one is a distribution arm and the other is a creation arm. And while that being said, these two are still in markets that are highly complicated, Korea and Japan. Why would you want to put yourself into such complicated markets rather than look at an English-speaking market?
So if you look at zoom out, you are in North America. That's the biggest market of mobile gaming, right? You're already present there. You have a good slate. You have got a good distribution understanding with Apple, Amazon, Google. You've got good understanding with marketing guys. You've got your team set up, right? So what you could have done, now you've done. You've got good talent for development. You've got people from all motley collection of global people sitting there and doing it. So the US market, you have a thinking, execution is doing. Now it's the rigor of execution and the creativity of those games is what you need to kind of see it. However, if you kind of zoom out outside US, there are two largest markets are Korea and Japan.
For gaming.
For gaming.
How big are those markets?
So just to give you perspective, US will be roughly $5 billion mobile gaming market.
Okay.
Japan will be 4.5.
Okay.
And Korea will be roughly 1.5.
Okay.
And to kind of put it in context of India, India is 0.1.
Okay.
So that's a difference.
So then clearly that your strategy of think global is pretty much the strategy going forward, right?
Absolutely.
Is this also an explanation as to why Zapak on the PC on the computer and PC side is going down in terms of this?
Yes. So I'll come to that in a minute. So the part which you mentioned, and I'll kind of try stay on that, is a complicated nature of these markets. Yes. No company in past a Western country trying to take Western games into Japan, Korea has ever been successful.
Okay.
My fundamental philosophy being a very consumer marketing guy is that if you want to develop some consumer-centric product, you need to first understand consumers.
Okay.
And the cultural nuances of those two countries are so different that I am learning it and I'm unraveling it as I am kind of delving deep into those two countries. And hence I was very clear that you can't impose some games and hope to be successful. Take people who understand those markets. Take people who understand relationships on those markets.
Okay.
And hence you need to have developers who understand that culturally and hence make those games. You need to have people who have the style of working, style of relationship, everything is very different.
Okay.
So just taking a development country won't have helped us. Just taking a relationship company won't have helped us.
Okay.
So you need to have a combination of that happening. By virtue of Japan being the largest market in the East Asia, having a distribution company in Japan helps you because then you can aim to bring games from Korea and China into Japan for publishing, and that gives you an edge. Yeah. Having a studio in Busan is like looking at a cost arbitrage, because Tokyo is the most expensive city, and having a development studio there versus in Busan gives you a cost arbitrage opportunity and the same capability, because the gaming and the freemium model, because that's where the world is moving. And the third advantage is the smartphones. It's a 90% Korea is a smartphone country versus 50% Japan. So it gives you a lot of advantages to kind of really look at this kind of structure for us.
So how much in revenues would you expect these two companies?
I have no idea. I'm going to make 4 games. The market is huge. I will also understand where do I stand, what is my capability.
What about the existing content that this company?
They were on PC. And which is going down like everywhere in the world. Yeah. So PC market existing revenues is very small. Now these companies, I want to transition them to mobile, and the challenge of transitioning is that they are also having the learning curve. So after 3-4 games which are going to launch beginning May, June onwards, I'll come to know what is on the learning curve, where do we stand? What is our efficacy in smartphones, on feature phones, on market, on distribution. So there are many vectors which I will unravel in next 4 months for me to answer and say that Japan, Korea next year, what I'm going to look at. So next 6 months is going to be learn, wait, watch, what happens.
Seen analytics where Zapak is going down, at least on the PC side. On the mobile side, you've got Hungama, who's actually pretty dominant and pretty strong. So does that really bother you, considering you're looking global now? Would you think twice on the competition?
I'll answer your thing in twice. One is PC, casual gaming has been dying across the world, and which all of us know, because the gaming has moved to either social or to mobile. So we are not investing on Zapak.com on PC side. However, we are very, very clear that we want to be the largest free gaming destination in this country on mobile. So you will see a couple of things happening in next 30 days, 40 days, where we will have our own applications, we'll have our own. So we are not looking at a store in store. And Zapak would be a gaming store. So you can go to a Walmart for everything, but if you want to come to Zapak, you will get a gaming, everything on gaming. And
so does that mean you're going to create a platform for gaming?
Yes.
So something like a marketplace?
It will be a marketplace, but a curated marketplace. I believe that India needs a curated marketplace rather than a marketplace which is everything, because Indian consumer is the first time mobile internet user, and they will not understand search and discovery. And the ratings and reviews in India, people don't do that. So we'll have to take the task of curation of the content and then put it on that platform. So that's what we are launching in the India space. We already have a destination of Zapak, which gets 5 million users per month for us. Hungama is a very strong VAS player, but not in gaming. So that's the factual incorrectness as per my opinion. Our biggest competitor in India market will be India Games. Yeah, because they are very well entrenched.
How much of the market share is, what is the divide between you and India Games?
So we would be 1/3 of them, honestly. Yeah, we would be 1/3 of them, because they have been doing, they have been really integrated tightly in the carrier ecosystem. What we started doing 2 years back. Before that, we were not into carriers facing at all. We were trying to really look at global markets, and our India business we have created in the last 18 months, honestly. Because I come from a background where I understand the carrier business and VAS and all of it, and that's what we kind of really created here. And beyond 2 players, I don't think there are any gaming players of big size which are doing business dependent on carriers and OEMs are left in this country. Hungama is very strong on music. That's where their strength lies. Nazara has kind of started its focus on Middle East and Africa. IG remains the big daddy of gaming out here, and it's a very credible number 1. So I think that's the market landscape for you. And what we believe is there will be 3 ways to go around in this market. There will be direct to consumer, which I spoke about, platform. There will be an OEM, like what we do in abroad, working with app stores to create good quality games. And the carrier business will also remain. But I think my focus would move from carriers to direct to consumer and OEMs.
Let's move on now to Bigflix. Now, Bigflix is one side that you said that there will be an investment going in, at least of $4 or $5 million. I want to understand 2 things. One is the strategy on Bigflix now has been shifted to the diaspora abroad. So you are looking at an NRI market, because you said that the broadband speeds in India are not really.
Not really. The reason I'm saying diaspora, we want to target because there's a clear need gap, and all the infrastructure enabling points are present in the ecosystem. However, there is Netflix, please don't forget that. And Netflix has everything which a user wants with a complete great experience and all of it. So I think it'll be very difficult for us to really kind of do a direct-to-consumer service creation in US market or any UK market. The strategy which we have taken there is working with a large player. For example, in US we have worked with our Dish guys who offer the whole cable service to the US consumers, and we are seeing that we are bundling along with them. So we are offering an on-the-go service while they are offering cable service, and that's the strategy we are taking there, rather than going head-on with Netflix, because we don't think we're going to win that battle. So for us it's very simple, go to these NRI markets along with a local partner and kind of bundle it for an existing consumer base. However, for India remains a primary market for Bigflix in terms of direct-to-consumer service.
But you said that that market is not making money at all right now.
It will not make money today, it will not make money tomorrow, it will be at least, I can't even say how much time, because it's a function of the internet users. Now, let's say, as you were saying earlier, the 4G is about to launch, and then 4G can offer me a 20 Mbps connection at home and on the go, always. I think Bigflix will take off. However, if I am not able to offer always connected high-speed connections, and then the final delivery is 256 or 512, then it's not going to take off.
See a revenue contribution between both Zapak and Bigflix?
So I believe this is the movie crazy nation. And if the internet speeds really kind of are removed as a constraining factor, I see Bigflix as a much larger potential. Because the gaming is a snappy content, and it's
limited to your user base or age group.
I think age group boundaries are finishing in gaming.
Is it?
Because of the casual game nature. I'm saying previously the gaming which we understood used to be the hardcore geeks who are playing online and gaming cafes. I think that's all gone. Today on Nokia store, last 6 or 8 months, I think we have got 100 million downloads of our games. And it's not happening at 15 age or 12 age. It's happening across age group. So that age limitation of gaming, I think, is gone with the casual gaming coming on mobile. So what is the behavior? Behavior is that I come in, I play for 3 minutes to 5 minutes. I either a time pass, boredom, it's a snacking behavior, and I just do that and I move on. The reason why I'm saying Bigflix could be much bigger than the gaming is that snacking behavior, it's very difficult for you to get money out of people. Versus when you're coming for a choice, when you're coming for a convenience, when you're coming for something which is more engaged and involved. Because you're making a choice, you're making a commitment of time. That I'm going to watch this movie for 3 hours. Then it's a far more engaged and involved decision versus just dipping into a game and moving out. So Bigflix will always be less number of people.
But a larger base. Now the company has gone through, ever since you've come in, you've pretty much revamped the entire thing. You've brought a lot of structure. There is now at least a focused strategy on how the company is moving forward. Everything has been covered on that front. The question now is, when do you all turn profitable? When do you all break even?
So I think this year is the turning point, the financial year 13-14. What we have done is, in last 18 months, we have set the foundations right. We have clearly identified mobile gaming as the sweet spot. Mobile gaming, even if I have to kind of unpeel it, mobile gaming outside India is our sweet spot. So the markets are huge. We have understood how to really survive in the whole clutter of mobile gaming developers. We have got our strategy right there. The results are very nice. Our Bigflix, Real Steel game has crossed $5 million as a game alone.
It's crossed $5
million on consumer spending. So for us, the science that we know, some bit of algorithm, I will not be arrogant to say we know how to really create mobile games, because we are not Angry Birds or we are not anyone, but we have understood how to create games and how to create a sustainable gaming service for the consumers outside. This year we are looking at least our slate is very attractive. We are looking at 6 to 7 such high quality AAA kind of games coming out of mobile. Now gaming industry is a hit and miss like in movie industry, but if you're saying that there are 6, 7, you hope that at least one would be a blockbuster hit to cover off the development.
So you've now clearly got a strategy in mind. You want to hire talent in Singapore. You've named 2, 3 areas that you want to build studios in. You've also done the 2 acquisitions. I just want to understand, where is the money going to come for all this? Because you said in most of the places that there will not be further investment. Now clearly you've got a strategy in mind. Will you look at the parent to pump in more money, or will you look to a third partner?
So there, third partner we are not looking right now. Yeah, okay. There are two sources of funds. Touch wood, if our games continue to do well, we will keep on investing. So current pipeline of our investment is predominantly coming from our own from our own generation of funds.
Okay.
So the mobile gaming business has turned profitable last year.
Okay.
We are generating good cash flows, and there is no working capital issues there like in India carrier business. You really have those kind of issues. So you can really fund those developments which are happening in that market. As far as new acquisitions are happening or expansion into new markets are happening, yes, we'll have to go to our parent, and parent has been very, very supportive. They also believe in the vision of mobile gaming. They also believe that this is an area where the upside could be really, really big, and hence I've been really fortunate enough to get the support in terms of whether expansion of acquiring companies or expansion into new geographies.
Are we looking at more acquisitions?
Yes, we are continuously looking at it, because there are opportunities of within the, if you look at value chain of mobile gaming, there are opportunities which we can offer as a whole.
These are domestic, or
I'm not looking at
you're not
domestic.
looking at domestic. Okay.
Would
this be through an entire new geography, or
could be?
Okay.
Yeah. It could be new geography. It could be in the same geographies, setting up new things. It could be joint ventures. So I have to grow inorganically.
Okay.
Yeah, which is very clear. It could be either a complete acquisition, it could be a joint venture, it could be a new setup of a studio, whatever it is.
Okay.
So yes, there would be opportunities like that, and which is where I will seek my parent.
Is there a thought process within Big Entertainment to say, let's just keep Entertainment Digital as a separate entity? That way you could probably get private equity investment, or you could get venture capital.
It is. I'm saying the structure of all our companies and all the group is always like that. It's a completely separate entity. In fact, Reliance Entertainment Digital is not a legal entity, just for information.
It's not legal entity.
Yeah. Zapak is a legal entity, Bigflix is a legal entity, and Bigflix is a legal entity.
Okay.
Yeah. So since I handle all these things, we have loosely coined it Reliance Entertainment Digital.
Okay.
But it's not a legal entity. Yeah.
Okay.
So our strategy always is that you should be able to unlock value when the right time comes into respective company. So it's not linked to the parent. And
so then, would you want to get financial houses like a private equity or a venture capital package?
I would, because I'm saying ultimately sometime you have to think of an exit.
Yeah.
An exit can be either a strategic investor or a VC kind of PE kind of investor, or it is an IPO. I don't see an IPO happening in this country. Appreciation for mobile gaming based companies, still I'm not sure about.
Because the ticket of funding that you're looking for also $4-5 million.
Yeah, exactly.
Is a perfect venture capital.
Exactly. So absolutely looking at. However, I think with the parent supporting, I don't see a need of that really happening.
Okay.
Because as you rightly said, the quantum of investment is very small.
Yeah. And
for which being part of Reliance, you don't need to kind of go out. Yeah. The value which potentially you can create with that quantum investment is much higher.
Okay.
So if I was sitting at my parent thing, I would not really kind of look at going outside and looking at any such transaction.
Just on the note of monetization, are you bringing in advert gaming? Because you were talking about gamification and advert gaming, and it has caught on very well because you can see the obvious nature of the ad. Would you want to look at that as a separate division for money making?
Yes.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, in my quest for the whole international focus and all of it, I wanted to evangelize gamification even much aggressively in this country.
Okay.
Yeah. And which has not happened. So which is what I'm trying to do some course correction by getting some senior people in the organization.
Okay.
And creating a separate business, SBU kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
To really focus on gamification and network gaming. But my focus again would be primary device would be mobile, not PC. If the consumer is already engaging with you on digital platforms, for you to gamify it is a second obvious choice.
Okay.
If the consumer interaction is in physical world still, gamification is a 3-ladder up.
Okay.
And that will take time.
Alright. Yeah. Well, on that note, Mr. Agarwal, best of luck for your strategy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Pleasure with you.